Welcome to Changelog Friends, a weekly talk show, otherwise known as Gunk. Thanks to our partners for helping us bring you world-class developer pods week in, week out. Fastly.com, Fly.io, and Typesense.org. Okay, let's play. Welcome to Pound Define, our very first game show experiment here on Changelog and Friends. This is a game of obscure jargon, fake definitions, and expert tomfoolery. Our contestants checked their imposter syndrome at the door because they either know what these words mean or they're going to fake it till they make their peers think that they do. Let's introduce our players in the order they will be playing. First up, our very own Amel Hussein from JS Party. Welcome, Amel.
This is not the way I should be finding out that I'm going first. Just putting it out there. but okay.
I should have prepped you on that.
Yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
That's okay. I want to go last. We're gonna reverse this linked list, okay?
Gosh. It's a classic ML. She's always got a problem with something you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like against Jerod every time.
I know. We've played game shows with you before. We know
that
the rules will be changing.
Hello, everyone. Meet the person who'll be going last, which is me.
Playing second, we have Taylor Troche from Taylortown. Welcome back, Taylor.
Howdy. Very nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you as well. After reading your blog and your satire, I figured this guy has a way with words. And so I think you're well positioned to do well in this particular game. What do you think?
I like words. I feel like they often, are against me.
Okay. You couldn't think of the word there, I could tell. Up next, who's that? It's our old friend, Losh Vickman. Welcome to the show, Losh.
The pronunciation just gets better and better.
I want to do it well. Am I doing it well?
I think you're pretty good on the first name now. It's
Okay.
kind of weird coming out of an American still, but I couldn't tell you what's weird about it anymore. So you're doing well.
Okay, I'll take that.
It's like a fine wine, He's just aging, but the aging is like his pronunciation, It just keeps getting better.
I started off doing it your way as a bit of a joke because it's difficult for me to do it. But then over time, I'm like, well, I'm getting a little bit better at it and he likes it. So let's just take away the satire and just call him Losh,
Yeah, that's my name.
So I appreciate them doing well. Okay.
It's a pleasure to be here as always.
For you Americans in the audience is Lars Wickman.
Lars Wikman.
So if you've heard that name before, that's also him. Finally playing last because, hey, we're gentlemen around these parts. It's Adam Stakoviak.
How am I still going first?
ML's denied.
The hell?
I can't change the game. The game's been decided. We can't change the rules in the middle of the game.
All right, then. Whatever.
On video, I'm waving my tiny hand.
Adam is here. He was bragging before we started that he got much sleep. He's done his stretches. He's got his coffee.
That's right.
He's ready to dominate.
Mentally and physically prepared to dominate. And I have my tiny hand to prove it.
He's also wearing a Texas hat, like a good
true.
Texan showing that Texan pride,
You got to rap,
Lars, he's gonna be calling him Lars Wickman.
Lars Wickman. That's how I say it. Sorry.
There you go.
It's fine.
And of course, I will be your host. My name is Jerod. Here's how the game works. I will provide a word. That word also has a definition. These words are in the arena of STEM. The original conceit was that they would be old, obscure computer science jargon. Unfortunately, there's just not enough of that. And so I broadened it to anything in the world of science, technology, engineering, medicine, maybe even science fiction. We shall see. But they are generally technical terms. You may know the definition. You probably won't. If you know the definition of the word, you will submit that to me, and you will receive 3 points. If you don't know the definition of the word, you will submit a fake definition that is plausible, and we will gather them all together, and we will read all the definitions, including the real one. Then you'll take turns, and Amel will go first, guessing which definition you think is correct. If you do guess the correct definition, you get 2 points. For each person you fool into guessing your definition, you get 1 point. There are 10 rounds of play. The person with the most points at the end wins. And by the way, I'm also playing because if all 4 of you fail to guess the correct definition in a particular round, I get 5 points.
This is like the house always wins kind of situation.
Well, see who wins. So I have a vested interest. Any questions before we kick right in?
Okay, can you do the rules again one more time?
No.
No.
That was a lot.
Well, just the first two. What's the first rule? Or the first, how do you win? You make somebody guess yours, or you fool them into guessing the plausible?
Yeah, I'll do the points again.
Yeah, do that, please.
For each round, there's a word. If you submit to me the correct definition of the word, or close enough that I know you know what it means, you get 3 points right away.
Okay.
So that's 3. If instead you guess the correct definition once we've compiled them all, then you get 2 points. For each person that guesses your fake definition, you get 1 point. So in any particular round, you could get the 2, and you could also get some 1s if people guess yours. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. And 10 rounds, the person with the most points at the end wins. I think we'll figure it out a little bit as we go. Let's start this game of Pound Define. Round 1. The word for round 1 is Megger. Megger. That's MEGGER. Please submit to me your definition of the word Megger.
And that's not to be confused with meager, right? To be clear.
Correct. MEGGER. I also put it in the chat if you want to read it. You will DM those to me whenever you're ready. Take your time. Think it through. Try to sound like a dictionary. Losh is in. Oh no. You've sent me a bunch of plus signs.
Need to demarcate the conversation line to the game.
Oh, I see. You've started a new segment of our conversation wherein you are going to define things. I understand. All right, I got Loshes. Taylor, I've deleted your message because you put it in the group chat.
Oh my god.
Did anybody see it?
No.
I copied it and deleted it, so I have it and nobody else saw it. Fair.
Thank you.
So from now on, please DM that to me.
I am so sorry. I've
It's all right.
limited real estate here.
All
on
good.
my screen.
I thought that might happen, so I was kind of waiting for someone to say something in there.
Sorry about that.
All good. As long as no one saw it, we are legit.
I'm pretty sure this is actually just the nickname of a girl named Meg.
This is where I feel like I need a poker face, poker face. Poker. It's like, am I lying? Am I
That's not what she says,
right?
though.
Am I? Isn't it poker face?
No, that's
What?
not what she says.
What is?
It's Poker Face, isn't it? That's the name of the
No,
song.
sorry.
Yeah.
You're all wrong.
What did she
What
say?
did she say?
School us.
Is there like a
The
not
first time
safe
she
for
says
work
poker face.
version?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not safe for work.
Oh my god.
What did
All
she
right.
say?
Well, you
This
know
could
what?
not be the pod.
This was supposed to be the safe for work version. So,
Well, that is the safe for work version then. And you're right.
All right, everybody's in.
yeah.
All right, I have all definitions. I will read them all now. Listen closely. You're going to pick which one you believe is correct, and you'll tell it to me in order. So a megger is a math ledger for storing large data sets, typically known to be a precursor of blockchain, used by mathematicians and academics. A megger is a specialized instrument used to measure electrical insulation resistance. A megger is also known as sorry. A megger sorry.
Is this the same one or what is this?
Sorry. Yes, this is another definition.
Okay. Oh, gosh. What's happening here?
It's the next one for sure. It has to be the next one.
I'm having a hard time reading this.
Seems legit.
Seems legit. All right.
Yeah, this is not the correct one.
Wow, Jerod
We're
is
failing
red. I've
round
never
one.
seen you turn red. Honestly. Okay.
Oh, it's-
wow. This is the hardest I've seen you laugh all these years, you know?
I'm trying to read this with a straight face. It's with a poker face, and it's impossible.
Wow, this is we need like a robot Jerod.
Okay.
I'm going to read a different one and come back. A megger is a small, often wooden box used for storing a tangled nest of wires. Mel, you're not helping here.
Sorry. I'm just realizing all these sound so official, But like clearly people are making it up, you know what I mean?
Totally. A megger is a hardware device for measuring network traffic in data centers, or also known as, gosh, this one's funny. Also known as megger flask, a tool used to mix hydrous solutions together with the goal is achieving a homogeneous solution. Okay.
What's so funny about that?
That's just chemistry.
It's good. It's good.
That's good.
It's anhydrous for what it's worth.
I know, but I couldn't tell if that was a typo or
No,
not.
there's the typo is with the goal of achieving a homogeneous solution, not is achieving.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll fix that.
So Mel wrote that one.
Clearly.
Well, maybe. All right,
Maybe
we will
not.
start. We promise that other rounds will go better as the host. It's just also known as Megger Flask. It just got me for some reason. It's just awesome. All right, we will go to Mel. So, do you need any definitions reread? Do you remember them? Which one do you think is the correct definition?
What was the one that you read before mine? Oh, well, what was the one that you read before?
I read all
one.
of them before yours.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh.
Okay, a hardware device for measuring network traffic in data centers?
No,
Is that the one that you're thinking of?
I
I can reread some more. A specialized instrument used to measure electrical insulation resistance. A small, often wooden box used for storing a tangled nest of wires, also known as Megger Flask, a tool used to mix anhydrous solutions together with the goal of achieving a homogeneous solution.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that anhydrous. Let's go with that anhydrous one. That sounds real legit.
All right, Amel goes for anhydrous. We now turn to Taylor. Which definition do you think is correct?
I think it was the first one.
The first one was a math ledger for storing large data sets.
Yeah, it sounds right.
All right. We now turn to Losh. What do you think is the correct definition?
I like the part where you said insolence, so I'm going with the insulation thing.
Okay. Losh goes for insolence. And Adam, which one do you think is correct?
What was the second one again, Jared? Number 2?
A hardware device for measuring network traffic in data centers?
Yeah, let's go with that one.
All right. All have been submitted. Okay, Adam, we'll start with you. You thought that a megger is a hardware device for measuring network traffic in data centers. I'm sorry, that was Losh's definition. So we'll give 1 point to him. Good job, Lars. And Lars, you thought it was a specialized instrument used to measure electrical insulation resistance. And you are correct. So you get 2 points.
I'll take it.
I'm glad my instincts are correct because that's what I would have really picked if I wasn't trying to.
Taylor went with the math ledger. That was Adam's definition. So Adam gets a point for having Taylor guess his. And Amel's definition, she voted for herself, which you cannot
It's a
actually
tactic.
do. So 0 points
It's a
awarded.
tactic.
It's a tactic to convince people that yours is the correct definition. Unfortunately,
Trying to legitimize it, yeah.
I had already bombarded you with laughter on yours. I will work harder not to do that next time. I apologize.
Give her the point. You tanked her
Yeah,
opportunity.
You did. I would agree.
Fair enough. That's a good point. I will give you 1 point. So after round 1,
Can you read the correct definition again? What was the true definition?
yes, a megger is a specialized instrument used to measure electrical insulation resistance. And that was hard for me to read as well.
Also known as insolence.
And this is separate from the Megger Flask. This is not the same definition. That's a whole different one.
A megger flask is Amel's creation.
Nice. That was good. That was
For
good.
some reason, just because that definition started with like kind of redefining the word, like also known as a megger flask. I was like, just made me laugh. All right. We will move now to round 2. Your word for round 2, rubber sheet model. More than one word, but it's a term. Rubber sheet model. Please submit your definitions for rubber sheet model now. I'm literally sweating, guys. I'm laughing so hard. It's also warm in here, so that didn't help, but man, I lost it. Man, I never thought the hardest part of this would be actually reading out the definitions aloud. I'm going to increase the font size. Also, as an FYI, I'm reading these in like random orders. So when you say like, can you read the second one again? It's very difficult for me to know what you're referring to. Like, reference a concept in there at least. Like,
Sounds like a you problem, Jared.
it is, but it's also one that I don't think I can solve in the next few minutes.
It's like,
Random access.
it's like somebody forgot to like, you're just using the wrong data structure,
Yeah, the order is undefined.
Exactly.
That's right.
If you keep asking for an offset, you're just gonna get one of them.
Right.
The best part about how funny that answer was, that definition was, is that it was actually a serious, straight across the bow.
Yeah, it wasn't that
definition. It was-
ridiculous, was it? For some reason, just also known as Megger Flask. Just, it made me think of like Megalodon or something. I don't know. I started thinking about a giant shark-like creature.
Well, my other definition was going to be like a portable centrifuge, but then I was like, that sounds way too science fiction, Like, also, like, who wants a portable centrifuge? I mean, maybe if you're like a gourmet barista, maybe, or like, I want to mix the perfect coffee.
All right, here comes Adams. We are ready to rock. Let me just put this in. A rubber sheet model is used in factory injection molds during the early prototyping phase of a metal cast, or a rubber sheet model is a physical analogy for demonstrating the effect of mass and gravitation in spacetime, or a framework used to provide a template for bootstrapping a wide variety of rubber sheets with consistency and uniformity as the primary objective, or a concept in software design that allows for flexibility and expansion in various directions. Finally, a model used for creating gypsum molds for casting in other materials. This round we start with Taylor. Which of those sounds the most correct to you?
Well, we have two that go around molding, so I'm gonna pick one of those. Maybe pick the gypsum one, because I think gypsum is a little bit too random for somebody to think of,
Okay, a model used for creating gypsum molds for casting in other materials. That's Taylor's vote. We go now to Lars. What are you thinking?
Okay, I'll go with the other molding one than the factory one.
Using factory injection molds during the early prototyping phase of a metal cast.
I like an early prototyping phase. Let's go with that.
There we go. All right. Adam, what are you thinking?
What was the last one again?
I don't know.
I really wish maybe copy and paste to our main channel so I can visualize and read them afterwards and choose one.
I don't know if that's good.
Nah.
That requires more massaging by me of the texts.
It does. Oh, what a shame.
Just listen.
All right. What was the first one again? That's not the most official.
Used in factory injection molds during the early prototyping phase of a metal cast. That's the first one I read.
Let's go with that one.
All right. Losh and Adam both going for that one. Amel.
What was the template one? Could you read that again?
A framework used to provide a template for bootstrapping a wide variety of rubber sheets with consistency and uniformity as a primary objective.
Okay, I think that. Let's go with that.
Okay.
The criteria in which we select is uncanny. It's like, how do you even make your selection?
Well, how are you guys making your selections?
Must have rubber hand. That's my key here. This is my strong hand. Take my strong hand.
All right, Amel, you thought that a rubber sheet model was a framework used to provide a template for bootstrapping a wide variety of rubber sheets with consistency and uniformity as the primary objective. I'm sorry, but that was Adam's definitions.
That's
I should have known from the reaction that he had. He was like, ha ha ha.
Reading faces.
Oh yeah, that was obvious.
Valid. Reading the face.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was just like, oh, I wonder what's the criteria that people use to select, But anyways, but it's fine because I still won in some other way, which we'll find out soon. So.
Oh, she's busting it. Taylor, you thought a rubber sheet model would be a model used for creating gypsum because nobody would come up with gypsum, but actually Lars came up with gypsum, so that was Lars's definition.
You're not the only one who likes words.
This is a nerd podcast. I mean,
This is totally.
You should expect nerdy words, like the obscure words have their shining moment today. I think
Like injection molding?
That's correct. Yes.
Meanwhile, both Losh and Adam thought that a rubber sheet model was used in factory injection molds during the early prototyping phase of a metal cast. But as was forecast by Amel, that was her definition. She gets 2 points.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dang.
I knew it wasn't my casting thing because I made that one up. So I picked the other one.
That's awesome.
Well, Amel can brag all she wants, but I get the last laugh because nobody guessed the correct definition.
Oh my God.
Space one.
For rubber sheet model, which is a concept in software design that allows for flexibility and expansion in various directions.
Isn't that funny that none of us picked the software?
Yeah, that sounds fake.
Yeah, that sounds hella fake.
So 5 points for me, and it turns out I'm winning after 2 rounds.
I said the space-time one because I was thinking of that bed sheet. You know, they always put the planets on that bed sheet in the physics videos.
Oh, yes.
And so I was thinking that's what they were talking about.
I'm not aware.
But this is a software thing.
Citation needed on the software thing.
Yeah.
Someone once came up with it in IBM and it was never actually used.
Right, yeah, it's like in a textbook somewhere, so it's official, but like it's not actually used in real life, you know? You know what's so funny is I love that this is like actually beyond the world of software because I think the answers are more interesting, you know?
Yeah, I was too pointed with just software. I think this makes it a lot more difficult and interesting.
Agreed.
All right, after 2 rounds, in first place is Jerod with 5. Second place is Losh with 4. Third place is Amel with 3. Adam has 2, and Taylor scoreless, I believe, after 2 rounds. If my math is correct. Okay, well,
I'm going for negative.
well, there's plenty of time left. Let's move now to round 3.
Woo!
Our word for round 3, or our term, is Zeigarnik effect.
This is when I really wish I was Greek, you know, where I like or took like a Latin class, you know? Break down a word.
I don't think effect is a Latin word.
You don't think it is? I mean somebody who's
I think it's a name and an
I
effect.
think the Greeks would argue that like everything is Greek. it's all Greek.
Jared, can I get the country of origin?
Yeah, I'm trying to find our direct message. It disappeared on me. This new Slack has just got some issues. Here it is. Into there. That's the term. Zeigarnik effect.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, hey.
Zeig-
Zeigarnic.
N-I-K.
Oh, sorry, Nik, yeah.
Still early there.
I had it in front of me. I still couldn't spell it.
Just the name of some Swiss guy. I'm assuming Swiss or something. Doesn't give a lot to go off of.
Here's what I could probably do. I could probably randomize the order now and put the numbers in my spreadsheet in the order in which I'll read them. And then when you can ask me to read the first or second one again. And then I'll have the
Oh, looks like you
references.
fixed your problem.
I
Yeah,
love
putting
that.
your-
Keys in your dictionary.
Yeah.
I love how Adam just continued to do it anyways, even though I asked him not to do that. He's like, can you do the first one? What was the last one? I'm like, dude, I have no spatial.
That's the order I
cognizance
heard
for
it,
this
so
now.
I'm sorry. It's my reference
It's fine.
point.
No, I understand it. It makes sense for you as the.
And I'm going to continue to go that route until you change.
I was convinced it was just Stone Cold Troll was my read on
Yeah, I
that
thought he was
situation.
trolling to a certain degree.
I was totally trolling. So you got to do it, man.
All right, I have 1 definition here. I'm still missing 3.
I felt slow this time.
Oh, as slow as you were still the first one in.
I think Zeigarnik just doesn't give people much to work off of.
It took me an extra long amount of time because I knew exactly what the definition was, and
Oh, right.
and
You
just
had to type it up.
search really deep in my archives.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That almost sounded convincing.
I had to recall all the facts about Alfred Zeigarnik.
Yeah.
yeah.
Copy paste to spreadsheet. Put in order of numbers. Answer number 1 is
All right, the Zeigarnik effect is a repulsion of 2 basic liquids due to polar functional groups, the tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones, the state change between polymatter particles when opposing magnetic forces are applied to metallic objects, discovered by classical physicist Edgar Zeigarnik, a measured result of extreme sensory deprivation combined with high altitude sickness, The impacts are feeling colors and hearing shapes. Or the phenomenon where an electrical motor can be run in reverse to absorb energy commonly used in electric vehicles for regenerative braking. Losh, you get to go first this time. Which of these do you believe is the Zeigarnik effect?
I like the one where you see colors and hear shapes or whatever.
Okay. A measured result of extreme sensory deprivation combined with high altitude sickness. The impacts are feeling colors and hearing shapes. We go now to Adam. Which do you think is the real definition?
Number 2.
Number 2, the tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones.
That's right.
That you're referring to?
Yes.
All right. And Amel, how about yourself?
Could you repeat the physicist one again?
Yes. The state change between polymatter particles when opposing magnetic forces are applied to metallic objects, discovered by classical physicist Edgar Zeigarnik.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Let's go with that.
All right, that's Amel. Last up, Taylor. What are you thinking?
I think the garlic effect is when they put too much garlic on your pasta and it ends up being so good, just so tasty.
Just so good.
I say, bring me the garlic.
I was gonna say that one can't be true because is there such thing as too
There's
much?
no too much garlic, exactly. Never too much.
Can't be real.
But I think the Zeigarnik effect is the memory one.
Number 2.
The one that Adam voted for.
Yeah, number 2, exactly.
All right, so Adam and Taylor. Okay.
That's tempting, but I'm gonna stick with mine. I'm curious.
I was tempted by the memory one. The Edgar one, I feel like someone put a name in there to seem serious.
You know, that's you know what? Hold on. Can I change my vote?
No.
Oh, darn it. Or sorry, for the editors, let me say darn it instead of what I said before.
You gotta say Zeigarnik.
Yeah, Zeigarnik?
Zeigarnik.
Zeigarnik.
Well, somebody put the word Edgar Zeigarnik in there in order to fool Amel, and that person was Adam.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So Adam
100%. I realized
that.
that. I was like, yeah. So I'm like, Adam, I keep falling for your BS. This is like, something's going on here.
I'm so believable.
I know.
It's the tiny hand.
Meanwhile, the impact of feeling colors and hearing shapes was voted by Losh, but that was Amel's baby. You made that one up, Amel. Nice job.
I know. I'm on a streak.
I thought that was pretty cool. The impacts are feeling colors and hearing shapes. I think that's like
That happened to my friend that was having a baby. She was like giving birth and then it's called synesthesia or something like that. I don't know. That's the actual real term. Yeah. Anyways.
Adam and Taylor teamed up to vote for the tendency to remember uncompleted tasks better than completed ones. That is the actual Zeigarnik effect. Good job, guys.
Oh, yes.
Nice. I'm out of the 0 point.
You are on the board, Taylor. So 2 points for Taylor, 3 points for Adam because he had the correct answer, plus one person guessed his. Amel scores 1, and Larsh throws up a Zilcho in round 3.
Welcome to the club.
So after 3 rounds, there's a tie for first place between Jerod and Adam. This is kind of poignant. This is kind of correct. This is our show after all. Lars has 4, Amel has 4, and Taylor's on the board with 2, but any person's game here because we have 6 rounds left to play. We move to round 4.
What's up, friends? This episode is brought to you by Passbolt. Finally, a password manager built for organizations and teams that take their security seriously. Passbolt is trusted by 15,000 teams worldwide, including Fortune 500 companies, the defense industry, universities, startups, and many others. And I'm here with CEO and founder of Passbolt, Kevin Muller. So, Kevin, the password manager space seems kind of crowded. What made you build Passbolt?
It's a very crowded landscape. The problem is they all are doing the same thing. They all have the exact same security model with very minor differentiators. They are all cloud-based solutions, except for Bitwarden. One of the reasons why we actually decided to do Passbolt is because we felt the pain in my previous company, which was a web agency. And the reason why we felt the pain is because we were a technical team. So as a technical team, every time we are starting a project, we are given like dozens or hundreds of passwords from our customers. And we are like, okay, we need to centralize this, but most importantly, we need to collaborate with this data. We need to share them very quickly with a lot of granularity and permission control. And then we started looking at what other players were doing, and we were like, yeah, it's cool, but it's really like consumer type of use cases. It's more like, how can I authenticate on my Facebook account if I don't remember the password? And even though they developed enterprise offer on top of it, the collaboration is still very clunky. Most of them are not able to do audit logs properly, to provide traceability. So I think this was the trigger for us to start developing PassBolt. We were like, we want something that's more aligned with us as a tech team.
Yeah. So what did you focus on? How did you begin with this project?
So the first thing we did when we built PassBolt, the core component that we wanted to keep coming from the world of KeePass was to be open source. And on top of it, we decided to focus on 3 key areas that seem to us very important for technical teams, which are security, privacy, and collaboration. Security is really important because tech teams are savvy. They understand exactly how security works. They are the guys who will come to a website and download the security white paper just to understand if it's marketing or if there is real tangible value behind the software. So on that front, and because also PassBolt is only B2B, we really pushed the security model ahead of what everyone else is doing. So for example, PassBolt provides a secret key that is associated to the user, and it's impossible to connect to PassBolt if you do not have the secret key. So basically, just knowing the username and the password of an account is not enough to connect into it. You also need the secret key. This is the same security model as what you would have with a crypto ledger or some other, highly private security component. It makes a huge difference in the sense like PassBolt is not sensitive to brute force attacks, for example. LastPass is sensitive to brute force attacks. So you can guess the username and the password of a user and brute force into his account. With PassBolt, it's not possible. You need to know the secret key. That's the first component. The second component is the collaboration. You can share passwords with a lot of granularity and traceability. We do not do shared vault with plenty of passwords in one encrypted vault. No. Password is encrypted each time for each user with his public key, which then he can decrypt with his private key. So this gives a lot of granularity and a lot of control with the permission and the access rights. The third part is the privacy. So as I mentioned, PassBolt is open source. You can download it, install it on-prem. We provide Linux native packages for most distros. It literally takes 1 minute. apt-get install PassBolt. You can start it for free. We have a community edition and you get rolling.
Okay, the next step is to go to passbolt.com or install on Linux with apt. Too easy. Again, that's passbolt.com, passbolt.com. Security first, open source. Check it out.
This is a TLA round, a little bit different.
Ooh.
This is a 3-letter acronym. I'm simply going to provide an acronym. There's also a correct use of that acronym with a definition. So you are going to come up with your own acronym and then define what it is. The acronym is NMR. So that's your 3-letter acronym, NMR. You will provide to me what it stands for and what that is. Submit to me your answers whenever you have them. And this is still in the same general category of STEM. Come on, y'all. We're looking for some acronyms here.
Expand those TLAs.
Taylor provided 3 of them and no definitions.
I'm giving a 4th.
Oh, no. He's brainstorming in my DMs.
Jerod, how do you handle the case where a TLA is overloaded? Because we could submit the correct one, and it might not be the one you have.
No, the one I have is the correct one. Your premise is incorrect.
Oh my god. Yes, all right.
I love this one.
Can I Google a spelling? I'm gonna say yes.
Well, just spell it phonetically because I'm the one that has to pronounce
Really?
it. No one's going to read it.
Okay.
Just don't spell it funny, because then he'll ruin it.
Don't
Yeah, exactly right.
say AKA Megalodon or whatever you said.
Mega Flask.
Mega Flask. All right, I see Adam's typing.
Last minute change in chat, but it's correct.
Okay.
The metagame is, of course, figuring out how Jerod selected these and whether he went for interesting or boring in terms.
All right, we got our last one, I believe. All right, we're all in. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Our 3-letter acronym is NMR. NMR, neuromagnetic resonance, a subprocess of magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, used to specifically calibrate each neurocapture node, which captures full spectrum images of active brain waves. Number 2, neuromotor response, a wide set of neurophysical responses used as a category in medicine. Number 3, nephrological micellar retusa, that's a hard one to pronounce, a disease of the kidneys where the filtering tubules develop clogs and cause return of unfiltered blood into circulation. Number 4, neuromuscular reeducation, a physical therapy technique used to improve neuromuscular control and coordination in patients.
How is that NMR?
Neuromuscular reeducation.
Re-education.
Yeah.
Really pushing the boundary
Gonna
there.
pass on that one. But okay.
And last but not least, number 5,
Gosh, here he goes again.
no, no more Roombas. A movement to reclaim our floors from the tyranny of robots.
Hey man, that sounds way more legit than anything that was read before this. That sounds so legit.
All right, we start with Adam this round. Adam, which definition do you think?
The correct definition is number 2.
You're thinking neuromotor response?
That's right.
Yeah, I think so too, for what it's worth, but you didn't ask me yet.
All right, well, I'll ask you next. Amel, what do you think, number 2?
Neuromuscular response. Because that's like, yeah.
Neuromotor response.
Oh, yes, motor. Same thing.
Although the first one sounded pretty interesting too.
Adam and Amel are on the neuromotor response. Taylor, which one are you thinking?
You know what has motors? Roombas. We need to
That's
rid
true.
ourselves of them. Let's go with that kidney one. I don't think Jerod would have picked a acronym he couldn't pronounce, but I'm drawn to it.
Okay, you're thinking of nephrological micellar retusa.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it would make sense for an acronym too, right? Like, who wants to say that? Just call it NMR.
That's right.
That is a hard thing to say. That's true. Okay, Lush.
I am tempted by that one as well. Can you read it again?
Nephrological micellar retusa, a disease of the kidneys where the filtering tubules develop clogs and cause return of unfiltered blood into circulation.
Do I feel like one of us wrote that? I'm skeptical. I'll go with that one.
Losh is in. We have some lumping here, which is good for your host because the more you guys lump, the least you spread the field out across all definitions. There's a metagame for you.
Adam, should we spread out? I feel like we should spread out.
Yeah, I think somebody should pick number 1.
I think you should. I think you should pick number 1.
Adam, do you want to switch to number 1?
I've already chosen number 2. I feel like Emil, you should go with number 1 because they're both in the same realm. They're both in like the neuro somethings.
Let's do the opposite of ladies first here. Okay. Adam first.
All right.
Number 1 for the number 1 Texan in my heart, you know?
I really believe number 1 is not the answer in consideration of number 2. So I'm going to stay with number 2.
Okay. Let's start with Taylor and Losh, this lump of cells filtered around the kidney.
Oh, gosh.
Thinking there's no way I would pick one that I couldn't pronounce, but selecting it anyways. And you would have been right because I never would have picked that one. I can't even say it. That's Amel's. She wrote that.
I knew it was Emil's because she'd been laughing every time you say tubular. She's like laughing, tubula.
I couldn't even say that one. I was trying my best. Did I pronounce it right?
Tubules. I don't know if I spelled that correctly. You did say it correctly. Adam's just giving you a hard time because Adam is trash. Okay.
Like God.
Okay. Okay.
Fighting words. Okay.
Well, let's find out about that trash because you and him teamed up on neuromotor response. which happens to be Losh's definition. So you were both also wrong.
Yeah, Losh, I'm so happy to see that you fooled both of us. Really, you deserve this, buddy. Honestly, especially after, falling for my things multiple times now. So it's great.
I like it. You put a lot of definition into yours. I make mine really, really dull, and it seems to be working okay.
Well, no, I was just, remember the first time I learned about nephrology, it was like my friend that was dating this like medical resident. And I'm like, oh, interesting. What are you specializing in? And he's like, nephrology. I'm like, and he like pointed to his kidneys because no one knows what nephrology is.
Oh.
And I was like, is that liver? He's
sure?
like,
Yeah,
no,
let's
it's
say,
your
like, point-
kidneys. Kidney. I'm a kidney specialist. I'm like, okay, great. Whatever.
Pointing to your just your organs. It's like
That's a power move,
Well, ophthalmologists do it too, because no one knows what I guess the average American doesn't know what an ophthalmologist is. So it's like, yeah, whenever you meet an ophthalmologist, they're like, ophthalmology, pointing to their eyes. Yeah.
I'm glad not all doctors point at the body part that they specialize in. Okay, well, the person smiling ear to ear here should be Jerod, because I score 5 points. Nobody got the actual correct answer, which was neuromuscular re-education, a physical therapy technique.
What? That sounded fake.
It's very real. And the score is very real. So after 4 rounds, first place, Jerod with 10. Second place, Losh and Amel tie with 6. Adam slips into third with 5, and Taylor's still sitting on 2.
That round really upset me.
I think we need to all unite. Like, who cares who wins? It just can't be Jerod, okay?
Play the spread game? Are you going to play the spread game?
see, the thing is, you have to go for the definitions that sound fake. Like Roombas.
No more Roombas. I was laughing at that because it was kind of silly, but the more I thought about it, it's actually could be a legitimate thing.
100%.
Not in STEM.
Well, there's the, what's that fake conspiracy about the birds aren't real or something?
Oh, that's a
You guys
good
know
one.
that one?
Also not STEM.
That's totally STEM.
Also not STEM, yeah.
Well, no, I mean, I could see the Swiffers and Mops of the world uniting, right? Because like Mops and Swiffers have been in battle, but like now they've joined forces against the Roombas,
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we don't care.
You think Big Broom? Big Broom
Exactly.
put the lobby
That's
on?
exactly right.
Okay.
I think there's inanimate objects unionizing right now as we speak.
All right, let's move to round 5. We are back to regular old terms, no acronyms on this one. Our word or our term for round 5 is Riemann hypothesis. Riemann, that's Riemann, hypothesis.
Riemann is a Riemann or whatever is a person, I would imagine, right?
I will not divulge.
Similar to the garlic effect.
Yes,
Yeah,
something
garlic.
like where that's the effect that documents how vampires won't come near you if you wear garlic around your neck. It's the garlic effect. No more Roombas. Someone should start that movement. I'm gonna Google that. I bet it exists.
I've been writing a piece about Roombas with fart spray used in military applications, and the big reveal is you have a U.S. senator that has been acting very strangely recently. It turns out that he's been a Roomba with fart spray the entire time.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, are you? Is this
What do you mean he's been a Roomba with fart spray?
bioterrorist weapon or something?
What?
Or-
Yeah.
Is this like Ferris Bueller, where he acts like he's in his room but he's not? This guy just puts a Roomba with fart spray in his office so you can't see him, or what's going on here?
He's wearing a trench coat, so nobody knows.
What does the fart spray have to do with this? I'm so confused. I was like,
Military applications.
He's wearing a trench coat so no one knows. That reminds me, I saw a recent clip. There was sorry, I'm distracting you guys. You're trying to think. I'll stop talking.
We're just ignoring you the same way we ignore your score. So.
You're gonna have to. You might have some sort of a panic
that's
attack.
that's like some A+ smack talk right there. That's great.
First they ignore you.
Slowly, we have to chip away at his confidence. That's how we get him. Jerod is like so stoic. The only way you can get him is through inflicting self-doubt, you know.
Well, we'll see if the guys actually can execute on the spread defense or not, but I'm sitting pretty right now. Okay, I think we have them all here.
Well, I actually knew this one, so I'm stoked to get some points.
Oh, that's impressive.
That is the easy way
I mean,
to
you
score.
shouldn't have told us that because now we'll just copy you.
Let me double check this one here. We might have our first drill. He might not be joking.
You know it, Taylor?
All right. So Taylor is correct. So Taylor's definition is correct. He gets, well, I'll save that. Let me get out of the rest. All right. So Taylor's definition is correct. Taylor, you score 3 points and you will sit out the rest of this round. Obviously, you can't guess definitions.
Okay, wait. How do I get 3 points for getting it right? And you get 5 points for doing nothing.
Yeah.
Doing nothing. Excuse me.
This is why we ignore Jerod's score.
I resent
What a
that
scam,
notion.
dude.
This is a scam.
I mean, technically, Taylor, I've gotten every single one correct every round, so I'm not sure what you're talking about. Meanwhile, us plebs will guess what these definitions are.
Oh man, the house should have an alternate definition, and he should still play to get more points.
What do you mean? He knows what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if the house has the correct definition, right? So there's the correct definitions in there.
Right. But Taylor knows what it is. Why is he going to guess? Oh, because he would guess the right one? He already knows what it is.
Yeah, he gets, because then now everybody can fake it. It'd have been better to reveal after the round that he was the winner because he actually submitted the correct answer.
Well, if you do it after the round, you get 2 points for being right. But if you do it right away, you get 3 points for being right. So he gets more points this way. Let's play this round. The Riemann hypothesis is an unsolved problem related to the distribution of prime numbers. Or number 2, a claim that all people inherently do good when given equal opportunities and resources. Number 3, an educated guess framework used by mathematicians. Number 4, the theory that special brown fat inside the body explains why some people stay warmer in cold and have generally better health outcomes.
Did you say brown fat or round fat?
That special brown fat.
Wow. I thought fat was always like way colored, you know?
All right, we start with Amel. Of those, hey, only 4 definitions to guess from this round, so you have a good chance of drilling it. Which of those 4 do you believe is the correct definition for the Riemann hypothesis?
Could you repeat the first one again?
An unsolved problem related to the distribution of prime numbers.
What was the second one?
Read them all.
The claim that people inherently do good when given equal opportunities and resources.
And the third one? Might as well just read them all.
Were you listening? An educated
now.
guess framework used by mathematicians.
Okay. Let's go with the math one.
The educated guess framework used by mathematicians.
Yeah.
Okay. Taylor already guessed. And so, Losh, your turn.
All right, I'll grab prime numbers. Adam, it's up to you to take the good people.
Okay, he's playing the spread game. He wants Adam to take the good people. Adam, you like good people.
I'm going good people. I got to spread it out.
He's spreading it out.
We know Taylor doesn't have a correct answer, so we got the house is somewhere in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but he can't reveal because he knows too much. All right. Well, playing the spread game, Amel thought perhaps the Riemann hypothesis was an educated guess framework. That's a good educated guess, but unfortunately it's wrong. Adam came up with that. 1 point for Adam. Adam, meanwhile, went with the good people.
By force, really.
Unfortunately, there are no good people. That's wrong also. And Amel came up with it. So you guys are swapping points. You guys
man.
beat each other.
Wow.
So either Losh picked his own or he picked the correct one. What do you think the odds are? Taylor knows that the Riemann hypothesis is an unsolved problem related to the distribution of prime numbers. So 2 points there. Congratulations, Losh. You got it correct.
Woo!
Taylor, tell us more because yours was more precise. I had to actually look up to make sure it was the right one. It was. What is this thing all about?
What I'll say about this is the first time my mathematics degree has actually helped me in the real world.
Hey!
Nice.
Awesome.
I didn't think we brought qualified people onto this.
That's gnarly, man.
Detail it for us. It's interesting.
If you solve the Riemann hypothesis, you get $1 million. There's a bounty out there.
Really?
It's one of like 6 or 7 problems called the Millennium Prize. So you've probably heard of P versus NP. That's one of them. Riemann hypothesis is like kind of just as big of a deal because it would tell us a lot about, the prime numbers. So
which is not 2468.
Yeah, this would be a really great like Goodwill Hunting Part 2, you know? Let's bring it back.
Yes.
Matt Damon's like 55, he's got a belly, needs some money, you know? We solve this math problem, get him rich. This is like, I would watch that movie.
And now he's the professor. He's the shrink.
Yes, exactly.
He got out of math because he solved them all.
I don't actually know how old Matt Damon is, but for what it's worth, 50 is not even middle age.
Are you doing paper mache over there? I mean, what's going on?
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm like opening my mail. I'm sorry. I should stop doing that. Sorry, I just realized.
We've heard it the whole time.
Oh, you heard everything?
You're on
Of
you're on a
course.
podcast, Amel.
I'm sorry. I'm spacing out. I
Paper
apologize.
mache.
All right. Well, big round for Taylor. Pretty good round for Losh. Hey, good round for all of you all because I scored 0 points, and that's what you're after. So, still, however, in the lead with 10. Losh with 8. Amel 7. Adam 6. Taylor still in last, but you have 5 now, so you are coming back. We move to round 6. And your word for round 6 is Zitterbewegung.
Whoa. Gosh.
Yes, I said that correctly. The word for round 6 is Zitterbewegung. It's spelled Zitterbewegung. Zitterbewegung. And I'm saying it better every time I say it.
That's the whole thing?
That's the word.
Looks like a German word.
Can I phone a friend?
Do you have German friends?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. So many.
No, you can't phone them. This is not Do You Want to Be a Millionaire? Or Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Wish I was better at German.
Yes, if you have a background.
I barely
in
took
German.
French, but German is Nordic enough that there's familiarity in there. It does look German.
Zitterbewegung. It's hard to say.
There are so many other ways it could be pronounced, though. Possibilities.
That
are-
pronunciation is according to the website that says how to pronounce things.
Pronunciation.com.
Yeah, I think so.
That's just a bot.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is either. It's when you Google how to pronounce and you paste a word into it, and the first one gives you that button, and you push it.
Did you guys see the bug in the Google Translate thing a few months ago, where if you posted like chicken in Google Translate and you asked for it to like pronounce it, would go Gayo.
Seriously?
No.
That's awesome.
It was the funniest thing.
That's
What did it say that for?
Like it was. You could find it online. Like people have videos of it, but they
Still
they
out
cut
there?
it out.
That's awesome.
Fix the bug.
I used a text-to-speech API at one point that
Yeah.
it was pretty good. Like we were trying to do accessibility. It was an education product. But some of the stuff people pasted, especially if it came from Word documents, had like weird characters in there. And suddenly the whole thing would go, circumflex. Because like a circumflex is a particular typographic character. I don't know what characters made it go, but it had like a weird breath.
What was the vibe
In
of the
there.
breath? Was it creepy? Was it too loud that it hurt your ears? Was it funny?
Kind of creepy speaking voice level. And then it would say circumflex, which is just a weird word to throw in there.
Yes.
It's like a full sentence and then like someone put in a weird period at the end, like full stop.
Okay, I have Taylor's. Y'all aren't making this easy on me. Oh, I should get the order figured out while I wait. Here's a Mel's.
Wait. I'm editing. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
I just got an email that all the prices are increasing on my domains. What's going on there?
Yeah.
What-
Domain
is it-
inflation.
Yeah, like
Which host?
What's costing more there, right?
Yeah, is it costing more for them to like
Right.
mine the the bits out of the it's just
And everyone's got to pay bills, you know.
Yeah,
Which host?
just
this was through Namecheap, but
That hurts even more, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's
Like
come
cheap
on.
is literally in the name.
We're also changing our name to name.
Yeah, name. Yeah,
That's right.
name not as cheap. All right, I think we have. Okay, everybody ready? Zitterbewegung, a scientific method developed in Switzerland, primarily used in chemistry. Zitterbewegung, the official state fish of Hawaii. Zitterbewegung, shortened to gung, otherwise known as gunk in layman's term, is the buildup of undesirable substances. Zitterbewegung, the German word for the bittersweet, which is combined but conflicting feeling of happiness and sadness. Zitterbewegung, rapid, oscillatory motion of particles such as electrons in quantum mechanics. There you have it, 5 definitions for Zitterbewegung. Let's start with Amel.
I'm gonna need those definitions again.
Which ones in particular? Should I just do them all again?
All of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 1, a scientific method developed in Switzerland, primarily used in chemistry. Number 2, the official state fish of Hawaii. Number 3, shortened to gung, otherwise known as gunk. Oh no! It's happening again. Otherwise known as gunk.
Oh my god. You guys, I'm gonna need a bathroom break after this. Oh.
Number 4, the German word for the bittersweet.
Oh my god.
Number 5, the rapid oscillatory motion of particles. That's not the full definition, but come on, I've given it to you 1.5 times. Which one do you think it is?
Oh my god. I think we're just gonna have to go with a spread here. Maybe what was the first one again? Sorry, you don't have to say the word, just definition.
A scientific method developed in Switzerland.
Oh god, no, that's
You don't have to say the number you're selecting, just say the general feel of the, is it the gunk? Is it the
I don't like any of these, to be honest.
is it the state fish?
I have a vague sense that we can eliminate the gunk.
I mean, honestly, last time I thought re-education was fake.
But Adam was laughing too hard at the gunk.
I'm laughing at Jared. He can't get it out.
I want to go on record. I made it through all 5 the first time without laughing. It was the second time that got me.
Which one is not the fish? Yeah, I don't.
Which one is not the fish? There's 5 definitions. 4 of them are not the
Out
fish.
of the top 2. Okay.
I don't know what your top 2 are.
Okay, no. Okay, just can I go again later, or do I have to go now?
It's your turn.
Oh my god. I'll go with number 3. Number 3.
Number 3 is the shortened to gung, otherwise known as gunk.
Oh sure, let's do there.
Okay.
You know what? No, I'm throwing
going with
away
gunk.
points. Let's do 4. What's the 4th one?
The German word for the bittersweet.
Let's just go with number 2. State fish.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, state fish of Hawaii.
God.
Taylor likes that choice.
How in the world does he get points for that? There's no way.
Hey,
Redistributing the wealth. I love it.
we're not finished yet here. We go now to Taylor. Which one are you going to pick? Are you also going to go for the state fish?
Not number 2.
No, get a spread.
Yeah, let's spread out.
Go for gunk.
I think I'm gonna go for the bittersweet.
He's going to take the bittersweet. All right. Now we go to Losh.
I really like the bittersweet one, but I don't see how it's stem. So I'm going to with the oscillating things.
Losh goes oscillating.
Oh, there was an oscillation option?
No, there wasn't. No.
Not for you anymore. You've gone already.
She's over there doing paper mache. Can you read those again? I wasn't listening. Adam, what's your guess?
I'm going with the fish.
Adam goes with the fish. Okay.
Not the gunk or the Swiss chemistry?
The gunk and the Swiss chemistry, both apparently not believable.
But hilarious.
Adam and Amel thought that Zitterbewegung is the official state fish of Hawaii, but we all knew that was Taylor's because he made it clear. So Taylor gets 2 points. That was a great one, though. It deserved the points. Meanwhile, Taylor himself went for the bittersweet, but that was Amel's definition, so 1 point for her.
Nice.
Losh applies the spread and logic and reasoning by picking a STEM definition, oscillatory motion of particles such as electrons in quantum mechanics. Yes, that is exactly what Zitterbewegung is. So Losh scores
Oh, wow. Nice.
2 for himself and keeps me off the board.
Can we give extra points to Lars for listening to instructions and contextual using clues? I feel like, he used everything that was available to him to land the plane safely. So I think points for Lars. Or not Lars, it's Lars.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't make Jerod laugh, though.
I think I could have given you the definitions as well, at least roughly.
Well, anytime you redefine the word in the definition, I just think it's funny. Like, no, it's not that.
Read it again, Jerod, just for let's see if you can get through it.
Zitterbewegung, shortened to gung, otherwise known as gunk.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as gunk. I love it.
In layman's terms.
Yeah, in layman's terms, it's gunk.
It's hilarious.
All right, let's read these scores here. I'm tied for first. I'm no longer alone in first place. Jerod and Losh tied at 10. So he's made an epic advancement. Amel with 8. Taylor with 7. You are now no longer in last. Adam is last with 6.
We threw you some points, Taylor.
Thank you. I needed it.
So it's still a very tight game.
I should not have given them that bonus point. Gosh. Freaking fish.
We now move to round 7. This is a special round. I call it Give It a Goog.
Give it a goog.
It includes the Google web search engine. So I have fed into Google the phrase software developers are, and I stopped and I let it autocomplete the rest of the sentence. Of course, it provides multiple completions. The top completion I have fetched and held on to. Your job is to complete the sentence and trick everybody into thinking that you wrote the thing it actually responded with. So if you were to search Google for software developers are, what would be the number one search suggestion to finish that phrase?
I think it's important that we set the context here because it's specific to Jerod's search history too.
Incorrect.
Like, yes, it
Private
is.
browser. Incorrect.
Real,
Yes.
I mean, private, really, what's private nowadays? Come on.
He went through an exit node in Sweden, too.
Tor network, private browser.
Tor? Okay. So like vanilla.
I was at Strange Loop in a hotel. So let's remove any sort of subjectivity.
Uh-oh. It might have been my search history then.
Okay, I had Taylor's search history.
I feel like there's no such thing as vanilla. There's still some
Okay.
reference points that are used to aggregate, but
Fair enough, but your job is to come up with what you think it would say.
okay.
And write it down and send it to me in a DM, and we will see what happens. Give it a goog.
We're not supposed to actually use
So literally
No, that's
just
the name of the
software
round.
developer. That's all you typed, right?
Software developers are.
Okay.
And do not actually give it a goog. Just name the round. Give it a goog. Alternate names include Google says, autocomplete me, and
I'm feeling lucky.
I'm feeling lucky. That's a much better name. Good job, Losh. All right, I have Taylor's, Losh's, and that's it. Just missing Adams at this point.
Mm-hmm. Thinking hard over here.
It's like you have to write literally one word because that's how Google autocompletes stuff. Has to be the right word, of course.
My favorite one of these is for a long while you would type in French military victories and it would say, did you mean French military defeats?
Oh, yes. I do remember that one.
That was a classic.
That was classic. Whenever you're ready, Adam.
Gosh. I'm going with the simple version here.
All right, we have all 5. Well, I gave it a goog, and I said software developers are, and it auto-completed one of these 5 saying software developers are weird. Software developers are smart, but still have problems finding a girlfriend. Software developers are overpaid. Software developers are rich. Or software developers are the new accountants. We will start with Taylor.
Actually, when I hear all those, I think people are going to say overpaid because, you're in an organization and you just see the person in the cubicle just going late into the night. You have no idea what that person does. Like, why is that person getting paid? Yeah, I can see that. All right, overpaid.
All right. Overpaid. Very good. Losh to you.
Weird. I'll go with weird.
Weird. All right. Adam, to you.
So many answers that are so correct. What's the first one, Jerod?
Weird. Second one was smart, but still have problems finding a girlfriend.
Ooh.
Third was overpaid. Fourth was rich. And fifth was the new accountants.
It's not the overly descriptive one. That's for sure.
He's either thinking or trying to read people's faces. Can't tell.
Probably doing both.
And sure, the spread. Lock Jerod.
We're just a socialist organization now. It's like...
I would guess the same one that everybody else guessed if I were you.
There's only one guess so far, right? Taylor? Well, ML. Who guessed first?
Taylor and Losh. We've got weird and overpaid have both been selected.
Overpaid.
Adam goes with overpaid, not applying the spread.
Reluctantly.
And we go to our last guess, which I guess would be ML.
Yeah, for me, it's between weird and overpaid. Let's just do overpaid, and whoever's this is, if hopefully it's right, but if it's not, then somebody's getting a lot of points, which is good, because that somebody hopefully isn't Jerod.
So Google wanted to autocomplete software developers are. 3 of you thought the correct word was overpaid. Losh, were they correct about that?
No, but I get some points, I think.
He gets some points. That was his. So 3 points to you, sir.
Nice.
Meanwhile, you thought they were weird. Taylor, was he right about that?
Nah, not. Yes, he was right.
No, he was not. He guessed yours.
I mean, they
Taylor
are
said
weird.
weird.
But Google doesn't think that.
I figured one of you would take rich at least.
Nobody took rich. Nobody applied the spread. You guys bundled up on one, which I appreciate, having scored 5 points.
I'm trying here.
The actual thing Google said to me when I started with software developers are the new accountants.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's surprising.
That was interesting, I thought.
That was so left field. I mean, I had a feeling. I was like, I wonder if that's it. But I was like, really? I don't know, you know?
The girlfriend thing was no, but new accountants, I could see that happening. But
I figured that was like a reference to like an essay or something, or some article, and it was that's my guess.
A headline.
Yeah, some sort of trending article that everyone's writing about.
could be a book title.
A lot of people linking to it, maybe. I don't know. I didn't actually click on it.
You know what came up for me? Software engineers are not engineers. Sorry, software developers are not engineers. Sorry. Software developers. Isn't that crazy?
What is interesting is that I couldn't get it to repeat that one, actually. I tried to get it to repeat, and it would be different. So it was like different every time now for some.
Oh, no, the number 2 is the new accountants for me.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
For me, number 2 is overpaid.
I mean, I agree that would be something I would expect people to put into a search bar.
Yeah.
Not engineers, new accountants.
Not engineers.
Yeah, rough. Not real engineers.
Yeah, I think that the completion of those is usually like the public sentiment in a way, right? Like, 'cause that's what people are like searching for.
Right.
Versus the truth.
Versus the truth. I mean, uh-oh.
What are you trying to say, Taylor? You're saying are we the new accountants? I mean, let's psychoanalyze this. What does that even mean?
Some of us are a little bit weird. A little bit.
Oh, I see. And we might be a tad overpaid. Is that what we're saying? We might be overpaid.
I'm not.
Overpaid or lazy was a pretty good pitch, just to kind of go into some of recent sentiment around engineering orgs.
Lazy would have been a good one. Well, overpaid really did get everybody. So that keeps Losh close to first place. I have 15. He has 13 within reach.
You're not in the game, Jerod.
I'm literally winning.
You're the host.
Literally winning. Mel and Taylor both have 8. Adam's still sitting at 6. There are 3 rounds left, so it's not without reach. But if you flop another round, I will win. So I would advise the spread from here on out. Let's move to round 8.
What's up, friends? I'm here with VJ Raji, CEO and founder of StatSig, where they help thousands of companies from startups to Fortune 500s to ship faster and smarter with a unified platform for feature flags, experimentation, and analytics. So, VJ, what's the inception story of StatSig? Why did you build this?
Yeah, so StatSig started about 2.5 years ago. And before that, I was at Facebook for 10 years, where I saw firsthand the set of tools that people or engineers inside Facebook had access to. And this breadth and depth of the tools that actually led to the formation of the canonical engineering culture that Facebook is famous for. And that also got me thinking about, like, how do you distill all of that and bring it out to everyone? If every company wants to like build that kind of an engineering culture of building and shipping things really fast, using data to make data-informed decisions, and then also informed to like, what do you need to go invest in next? And all of that was like fascinating, was really, really powerful. So much so that I decided to quit Facebook and start this company. Yeah, so in the last 2.5 years, we've been building those tools that are helping engineers today to build and ship new features and then roll them out. And as they're rolling it out, also understand the impact of those features. Does it have bugs? Does it impact your customers in the way that you expected it? Or are there some side effects, unintended side effects? And knowing those things help you make your product better.
It's somewhat common now to hear this train of thought where an engineer or developer was at one of the big companies, Facebook, Google, Airbnb, you name it, and they get used to certain tooling on the inside. They get used to certain workflows, certain developer culture, certain ways of doing things, tooling, of course, and then they leave and they miss everything they had while at that company. And they go and they start their own company like you did. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that kind of tech being on the inside of the big companies and those of us out here not in those companies without that tooling?
In order to get the same level of sophistication of tools that companies like Facebook, Google, Airbnb, and Uber have, you need to invest quite a bit. You need to like take some of your best engineers and then go have them go build tools like this. And not every company has the luxury to go do that, right? Because it's a pretty large investment. And so the fact that the sophistication of those tools inside these companies have advanced so much, and that's like left behind most of the other companies, and the tooling that they get access to, that's exactly the opportunity that I was like, okay, well, we need to bring those sophistication outside so everybody can be, benefiting from these.
Okay, the next step is to go to statsig.com/changelog. They're offering our fans free white glove onboarding, including migration support, in addition to 5 million free events per month. That's massive. Test drive Statsig today at statsig.com/changelog. That's statsig.com/changelog. The link is in the show notes.
Our word for round 8 is caisson. That's spelled CAISSON.
Not to be confused with JSON, right?
Right. Maybe it's Kaizen or caisson.
Oh, Kaizen.
No, it's caisson. It's not Kaizen.
Okay.
Let me put it into the chat. It's spelled CAISSON.
Can I get the country of origin?
I don't know what it is. It looks like maybe it's French. Yeah, I would guess French, but I don't know what it is.
I'm thinking French from Casson.
Don't they sell those in bakeries?
Croissant.
Close. They almost sell them.
I was really... Taylor, you were so really good dry humor, my friend. Points for you.
I'm in early this time. Oh no.
Yeah,
You're just chatting me.
The French episodes where Gerhard talks about infrastructure. No?
Sorry, I was in the chat. I would have given you a really good response
Tough
if I was.
crowd.
Yeah, it is. We're all distracted. Oh, I get it. It was a Kaizen joke. Do you guys ever do that? You listen in retrospect? Like you listen to the sentence after it's over with? I just did that. Pretty good, Lars. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's like a buffering problem.
It is.
Just like that took forever to flush.
This might be my best one to date, y'all.
We've got 3.
I mean, it helps that I like sort of know what it means, so.
We've got 4. Okay. Our round 8 word is caisson, which is a watertight structure used for underwater construction, or the sheath around network wiring, or a method for extracting gluten from wheat that has been used since the 1600s, or a controversial chest opening, or the small intestinal casing of a rabbit, which is commonly used in French fine dining.
Gosh, we know what that is. Let's go back to your mail.
really?
Let's go back to your mail.
I was reading that super clean, by the way. I was reading it super clean. Okay.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Be here all week.
We start with Losh this time. What do you think, sir?
Run the 2 first by me again.
The first 2, the watertight structure used for underwater construction, and the sheath around network wiring.
The one after that.
That's the first 2. A method for extracting gluten from wheat, a controversial chest opening, or the intestinal casing of a rabbit, which is used for French fine dining.
Yeah, no rabbits. Let's go with the underwater
No
one.
rabbits. Okay, underwater construction. Taylor, what are you thinking?
I also thought it was the underwater construction, but I'm going for that spread.
Fight the Jerod.
So let's do the wiring sheathing.
A sheath around network wiring. Okay, Adam,
The chess move.
the chess move. And Amel.
I was gonna go with the network wiring, but then we have to spread the what's unpicked.
The small intestinal casing of a rabbit.
Yours?
Or a
Damn
method for extracting gluten from wheat.
I recommend number 2.
Yeah, we have to play strategically at this point. We cannot have you win. So
Okay. You're banding together
yep,
to pick everything except for Amel's.
for the better of humanity.
Well, here's the question is, if you hadn't giggled, was anybody buying it until the giggle happened? I mean, no? No hesitation from Adam. He was not buying it.
Not sure about STEM.
Well, an intestinal casing that's scientific, right?
That's biological.
Yeah.
Used in French cuisine.
It's the anatomy of an animal. I mean, that definitely fits inside the realm of science, right? But the French fine dining is where it went haywire.
Yeah.
Less is more. Lesson learned.
Yeah, maybe.
Don't overly explain your definition.
Yes.
Well, a master application of the spread, considering there was 5 definitions and you picked the 4 that had a chance. So yes, one of you landed on it. The question is who? Let's start with Adam. He went for a controversial chess opening. That was Taylor's. So 1 point for Taylor there.
Whoa, good job, Taylor.
Taylor went for the sheath around network wiring. That was Adam's. So swapping points there. Mel guessed a method for extracting gluten. That's Losh's. So 1 point there, which means Losh got the correct definition. A watertight structure used for underwater construction. That means he gets 2 points for being right, plus the one he got from Mel. So that's 3 points. So after 8 rounds, Losh moves into the lead with 16 points. I am in second with 15. Taylor with 9, Amel with 8, and Adam with 7. We move now to round 9. This is a special round called How Do You Do, Fellow Humans?
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
In this round, I turned to ChatGPT and I asked it to make up a fictional word that relates to STEM and a single sentence definition of the word. It then returned to me what it returned. Your job is to act as if you are ChatGPT and how it would answer that prompt. The exact prompt was make up a fictional word that relates to STEM and a single sentence definition of the word. So you will submit to me what your best fake ChatGPT response would be.
So make up the word and then define the word.
Make up exactly what you think it replied with, or something that is feasible for that.
How are we supposed to guess this correctly?
Your ability to approximate a GPT.
Oh, okay.
Work the spread. Grind
The spread.
down.
Grind.
This is all it's about.
Listen to this guy who's in first place
Right.
talking about the
Right.
spread. I mean, he's very concerned now.
Oh, I see, because you're going to tell us both the definition and the word, right?
I have written down ChatGPT's response, and I will also read all of your responses, and you will guess which one is ChatGPT.
Do you mind repeating the?
The prompt?
Yes.
I'll put it in the chat. The exact prompt is make up a fictional word that relates to STEM and a single sentence definition of the word.
Knowing ChatGPT, the single sentence response was 2 paragraphs.
Right.
So you're going to get a lot of text here.
Taylor's already in. He's the first one in.
Putting this one in the group chat because where else should I put it?
Why were you putting it in the group chat?
I'm just messing with you.
He's being facetious.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second.
Said that like 3 of 5
The
times.
software developer's code was a pretty good complete.
Gosh, here we go. Verbatim, Jerod, verbatim. You have to read it verbatim.
Okay. Okay. Can I survive it verbatim? We have all definitions.
Well, we think so.
Okay, I prompted ChatGPT, make up a fictional word that relates to STEM and a single sentence definition of the word, and it responded with one of these 5 responses. Number 1, Sheheldism. When salt dissolves in water and forms a wave pattern in the water. Number 2, Chlorpus, the underbelly of a cha-cha engine. Number 3, hyperincision, a very small and precise medical procedure performed with nano-scale-edged robot scalpels. Number 4, xylofluxotron, a groundbreaking device capable of converting sound vibrations from musical instruments into a clean and sustainable energy source. Number 5, I can help with that. Hydroloader is the word. The definition of the word is a pipe-like object used to move liquid substances. Hope that helps. We start with Taylor.
Well, it's definitely the I can help with that.
Going with I can help with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Losh.
So it's the completely unedited response from ChatGPT that we're trying to go for.
Yes.
Then it's I can help with that.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I can help with that as Adams because he said
You think so?
verbatim. So then
You
I was
think
like, oh, it's Adams. And I like
Hmm.
Adams, so I wanted to throw him a point.
Good logic.
Sneaky. Oh, I love that.
But now, Losh, you're making me feel bad because I'm misleading people.
Yeah, misleading people.
You misled me, Taylor. Okay.
Or did he? The verdict is out yet.
No, you didn't actually mislead me. I actually thought that was legit. I was like, good job, Adam. Because I was like, yeah, ChatGPT always starts with something helpful and ends with something like helpful.
He could also be playing mind games right now because he wants these points for himself.
It's true.
Taylor or Adam or Jerod?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
They're all
All of them.
They're all against me.
I love it. I love it. Which one do you want? The first one?
The first.
That was the Sheheldism. When salt dissolves in water. Yeah, and forms a wave pattern in the water.
And second one was,
That's Chlorpus.
which was
Oh, sorry. I thought we all knew. The underbelly of a cha-cha engine.
yeah. I just wanted to verify which one Taylor's was.
I was fine until I read it fine until I looked at Taylor's face and I couldn't look any longer.
I caught the laugh the first time, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one was which. So yeah, I'll go with the salt wave thing.
Taylor, he already had his answer submitted. It was submitted. The answer was submitted.
Adam is not happy.
And then
with this
Taylor's
change.
like, hey, listen, this is my logic here.
Adam, mind the spread.
Gosh.
Mind the spread. Losh is winning, you know. Do you want him to win? I mean,
Yeah. He's from Sweden. He's already winning. I mean, let's be real.
that's true.
Okay.
All right, Amel, what are you going with?
I'm going to play the spread game. I was going to go with, the ones that were already selected. But what was number 4?
So you have the 4 was the xylofluxotron, 2 was Chlorpus, 3 was hyperincision.
Okay, xylofluxotron. Let's go with that.
Okay, xylofluxotron. And that leaves us with Adam. What are you going with, sir?
Well, the incision one was Amel because I saw her giggle with the incisions. What was the first one again, Jerod?
The first one was when salt dissolves in water. The second one was Chlorpus, the cha-cha engine.
Right.
3 was hyperincision.
Let's go with the cha-cha engine.
Cha-cha engine. All right. Well, let's start right there then. Adam thought perhaps ChatGPT's fake word plus definition would be chlorpus, the underbelly of a cha-cha engine. That indeed was Taylor's. He's very difficult to read that one without laughing because he was just on cloud 9 over there.
You know, my initial submission was, I am sorry, but as an AI language model, I cannot create fake definitions.
I actually thought that was legit. I thought it'd be a decent answer, but we all know that they can make stuff up all the time. Right. But I did like the response.
That's what they do. Yeah.
So Adam picks Taylor's. Meanwhile, Taylor picks the, I can help with that. Hydroloader is the word, etc. Hope that helps. And yes, that was Adam's, and he was giving Adam a point. He almost tricked all of us into selecting that.
You have to admit I had y'all tricked.
Yeah, no, you really, I was going to pick that.
Had Taylor not given his logic away, it was a selection down the board.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was either that or one of the others. It immediately divided the field.
It stood out because it was so believable. Nobody else's was like full response. Like I thought, like how would ChatGPT truly respond?
The question is, Adam, had you not told me to read it verbatim, would we have actually fallen for it? Because I was going to read them verbatim regardless. So
yes.
And Taylor, if you had submitted the, I'm sorry, as a language model, yada yada, that would have been 2 answers that felt more like ChatGPT than any of the real ones.
Right.
But I thought of the cha-cha engine, I had to do it.
The cha-cha engine was really selling it. That's good.
It's the underbelly of a cha-cha engine. Now, Losh picked the she heldism, which is when salt dissolves in water. When salt dissolves in water and forms a wave pattern in the water. That was Amel's.
Yeah, Adam, that was mine.
What?
I'm allowed to giggle.
She giggles all the time.
Giggle is not, does not equal.
It's your tell. It's your tell.
Or she could giggle at a different time and really screw with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think she giggled because it was a feasible one.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I giggled. Good job. That's exactly why. I was like, that sounds real. The hyperflexism sounds real, or whatever it is. Yes.
Now, nobody picked hyperincision. That was Losh's. So he didn't score any points there. Mel picked xylofluxatron, which was ChatGPT's response was xylofluxatron.
Sweet, I didn't even realize.
So Mel gets 2 points for that, 3 points on the round, but for everybody's sake, she saves me from scoring 5, which would have given me the victory. After 9 rounds, we have Losh in first place at 16, Jerod at 15, Amel at 11, Taylor at 10, Adam at 8. We move now into our final round, and the word for this round is petikai.
Mm-hmm.
The word for this round is petikai. That's spelled Petechie. There we go. I put it in the chat for you to read yourselves. The word is petikai. Petikai. Sorry, I said it wrong. Petechii. That's it. I've been saying it wrong. It's petechii. My apologies. Okay, submit your definitions as soon as you have them.
Is this also STEM?
It's
Or is
all
this anything?
STEM. It's all STEM.
It's a lot more poker face kind of dealings in this game than I would have expected.
Yeah, you wonder if it'd be a completely different game without video.
Probably not nearly as fun.
It's really hard not to smile, laugh, or giggle when your definition's being read, I imagine. It's hard for me to read them.
I think it's hard for Taylor not to write funny.
I know,
ones.
all of his are just on the edge of being like, gosh, can I read this with a straight face or not?
Very few of them are on the edge of being believable.
Uh-oh, should I change this one? I put Petechii, Adam's middle name.
That's middle name. That's classic. Adam Petechii Stakoviak. Well, this is for all the marbles. Can Losh actually convince everybody to use the spread? Or will they gang up on him and actually try to score points naturally?
I know. I mean, I think we should discuss that right now. I mean, how do we want to play this, y'all? Jerod is still on the leaderboard, right? He's
I'm in
like
second.
number 1. Oh, you're in second. Okay.
Doesn't he always win like Family Feud and all of those?
Yeah.
Front End Feud.
Right.
Oh, no, the debate shows. I always
Yes.
declare myself the winner of the debate shows. Front End Feud, we play it straight.
Yeah. So I think we just I think at all costs Jerod can't win. Like
You're just against me.
it's not that I'm against you. It's that I've been on so many rigged games with you where you just always win. Yeah. So it's like
Been on so many rigged games with you. Wow.
yeah, which is now I want to rig this game to rig you back. You know. So that's
Fair. Fair. All right, for our final round, petechiae. We have 5 definitions. The first one is the reverse form of patina, which derives from its Latin origin word patine, is the process of reverse rusting when objects are placed in a vacuum with 0% humidity. Number 2, tiny red or purple spots on the skin caused by broken blood vessels. Number 3, the chief animal byproduct used to create toothpaste. I hadn't read the final word and it surprised me.
Oh my god!
I should have read the whole thing in my head.
No, just see. I think that reaction, we need to get that video. That video needs to go on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It needs to go everywhere. That your face just like realizing that was funny. And then you just burst out laughing. That was priceless.
I need to pre-read the entire thing.
Could we get that one again?
Yes, the chief animal byproduct used to create toothpaste. Which is
Oh my
awesome.
goodness.
Or number 4, the smallest bone in your body, which is located in your head. Number 5, an Atlantic algae that is being investigated by scientists for its regenerative properties.
My god, these are all really good.
These are good, you guys.
Great job, everyone. We've really we started on the bottom and now we're on the top, y'all. Just the
10
top of our
rounds.
game. We're
Yeah, I
ending
mean-
this on a high.
I no longer want to use toothpaste. But
We're going to start with Adam. Do you need me to reread any of these?
If you're not first, you're last. I'm going last.
Only if you promise to laugh again, Jerod.
I can't make any promises, but likely.
Yes. First, you must reread that one of the toothpaste, which is not my selection. It's not my selection. The last one is my selection.
The last one, which is the Atlantic algae
Yes, let's go with that. The Atlantic algae.
that's being investigated by scientists for its regenerative
That's right.
properties.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Adam's.
I believe that's the truth.
Amel,
I'm gonna go with the capillaries, the broken capillaries.
broken blood vessels.
Yeah, or sure.
Good choice.
Yeah, that one sounds.
Whoever wrote that one.
Oh, really, Adam? Is that a good choice?
choice.
You know what? I'm gonna take it back. Okay.
Okay.
That was
Okay. My last point is not going to Adam.
okay.
Okay, where are you going to put it?
Could you read the second one again or the first one?
The first one was the reverse form of patina, coming from patinae, the process of reverse rusting.
That sounds like something Taylor would make up. What was the third one?
but he made up the toothpaste.
That was he the toothpaste one? I don't even.
How do you know that?
Do you think he was the toothpaste?
How do you know that?
Yeah, I don't think there is such a thing as reverse rusting.
Well, it also says it's placed in a vacuum with 0% humidity.
Yeah, it's a science.
Is it really Taylor, Mr. Math?
It's a science.
Yeah, that
There's
sounds
a lot of
What?
head games this
For the
round.
love of the spread, let's just go with that.
You're going to go with that. Okay, so you're going to the reverse rusting. All right, we move now to Taylor.
Well, I know it's not the smallest bone in the body because doctors told me that mine was my funny bone.
Is that subjective or is that like
No, it's science,
for
dude.
everyone?
It's total science.
STEM.
So that means that I'm going with the not the capillaries, but the blotchy skin, whatever that is.
Tiny red or purple spots on the skin?
Yeah, I know it doesn't sound right, but also I'm drawn to it for some reason. Yeah.
Very mysterious, Taylor.
Doesn't look right, but
I thought that the capillaries was the same as the red blotch because broken capillaries do cause redness. That's also, so.
That's the one that Adam was excited that Amel picked it.
Yeah, but I'm like,
So you switched it, but Taylor's going to pick it anyways. He's drawn to it.
I'm drawn to it.
He's drawn to it. Okay, Taylor's going to the skin problems. He's just drawn to them. And Losh is the last one.
what's left that hasn't been picked?
The unguessed one is the chief animal byproduct used to create toothpaste, or
Yeah, nah.
the smallest bone in your body, which is located in your head.
I don't think that's correct, but I'll take the bone.
You don't think it's correct, but you'll take it.
My whole thing was I don't want Adam. Adam has called me out too many times. I'm not giving any points to Adam.
I need to prevent Jerod points.
I think that could be a show title. I don't think it's correct, but I'll take it.
Yes, that's right. Literally. I don't think it's correct, but I'll take it.
I always thought the smallest bone in your body was in your ear. That's what I was told.
It's true. Which is technically in your head.
True.
I mean,
Yeah.
bingo.
All right. Well, Losh guessed that one. He didn't think it was right. He was right. It was not correct. And it was Amel's. So
Thanks, Losh.
meanwhile, Amel went for the reverse patina. That's reverse rusting. And that was made up by Adam. Nice one, Adam.
What, Adam? What the hell? You fake pushed me into something. You know what? We're gonna have to play this again, y'all. We're gonna have to do this again. This is unfair. I'm sorry.
In fact, Adam almost won me the game because the correct answer was tiny red or purple spots on the skin caused by broken blood vessels, and he almost scared everybody off it, but Taylor was drawn to it.
That was my first choice.
And so Taylor gets 2 for getting the correct answer.
You know what? I gotta listen to this game. Trust your instincts, okay? That's okay. As long as Jerod doesn't win.
That's a good definition though, right?
That was good. Meanwhile, Losh also scored a point because his was the Atlantic algae that's being investigated, and Adam guessed it, so that's 1 for him.
I knew that was wrong, but I could not select the correct one, which was mine.
Right. Funny.
Fair enough.
Funny.
All right. Well, you guys successfully spread, and Taylor saved the game by being drawn to red or purple spots on his skin.
Wait, so who was the patina one? The reverse patina?
That was Adam's.
Who made that up?
Yeah.
That was Adam. Oh, sorry. Oh my God. In my rage, I'm already forgetting.
I think you guessed Adams in almost every round. I think you really had your number.
You were drawn to my
were
words.
You just drawn?
You like my words. Admit it.
I do.
I give fake good definitions.
It's all these years of listening to Changelog.
Right.
You know, I blame that.
That's right.
Okay.
Right. We're just so authoritative with what we say. You're like, it has to be true.
Last time I checked, bandwidth for Changelog was provided by Fastly.
Learn more at fastly.com.
Right.
Okay. Losh, congratulations, my friend. After 10 rounds of Pound to Find, you are the champion with 17 points. Congratulations.
Woo! Ow, ow!
And because we don't have much to give away around here, what we are going to give you is an open microphone. So we do have people listening, and I hope maybe by the end of this they aren't anymore. But if you had anything you could say to the listening audience as your victory dance, you get to say whatever you want, and you get to say it right now.
I guess I'll chill. Go to underjord.io, underjord.io in American, and check out my series of recent blog posts on unpacking Elixir. I want you all to get really, really deep into Elixir. It's a good language, good ecosystem, good community. And I've been writing a ton about it recently, so
yes,
get in on it.
Is it under Jord or under Jord?
Under Jord.
Yeah, for us Americans over here, could you spell it out? Like, can we?
UNDERJORD.io.
We could do a bonus round where everybody writes what they think they'll find when they go to underjord.io. Just kidding. You'll find some awesome blog posts about Elixir, just as Losh said.
A picture of a yurt. Just kidding.
I think there's a series of 4 recent unpacking Elixir series blog posts. You can put those in the show notes if you like, or you can just go to Hacker News on any given day, and chances are I'm there.
Oh, flex! I like that. Find him on Hacker News on the front page, usually number 1.
Like top 10, top 20. What are we talking about?
Yeah, sure.
You'd hit the front page more often if he wrote about good programming languages.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You know how easy it is to get Elixir on that front page?
By the way, Taylortown is written in Elixir.
Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Fair enough. Well, this has been our first game of Pound to Find. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did. lots of more laughs than I expected. I apologize in advance for not being able to read definitions without giggles, but just the way it went down, y'all. Any final thoughts, criticisms, feedback from the panel on this particular game? Because it's an experiment. We can change things. We make up the rules as we go. I think Adam's reluctance to not use numbers paid off because we ended up finding a solution there, making the game better. Anything else we can do to improve Pound to Find for future generations?
Never get better at reading them. It's an important part of making it fun.
A few more people.
Yeah, I think more people will be good. More definitions.
Less rounds, more people.
Less rounds, more people.
Yeah, less rounds, more people. I love that. Mm-hmm.
We could reduce the points that the moderator gets for a miss from 5 down to 3, maybe. Increase. Make it even. I mean, then you're just playing the spread every round. But I think the spread would get annoying if you actually think you know what the answer is, but you're playing for the spread. I would guess. What do you guys think? Late in the game where you're like, I got a spread here, but I don't really want to.
Is there really a point to having it be a game against the moderator as well? I think it makes people play more carefully, especially since it's so heavily weighted towards finding the correct definition.
I think it created more of a kind of meta playing, which I thought was probably a good move.
Yeah. It adds another level to the game to a certain extent. And there's more interaction because you all try to convince each other what to pick or not to pick based on what strategy we're playing. And then you could go against that strategy. I think there's another level there. I don't know. Well, this game was very much inspired by a podcast I listened to, which I will commend to our listeners. If you like this style game, there's a podcast called The Incomparable Game Show. They play lots of games, and one of those games they play is called Low Definition, which I have basically modeled this off of and just moved it into a STEM world. So if you like this, they got tons of episodes. You can go listen to those. Also, let us know. We will do more of these here on Changelog and Friends if you want to hear more. If instead you just want to hear our web browser hot takes every week, let us know that, and we'll just do that every week as well. So that's all for me. Adam, final thoughts before we let everybody go?
It was so much fun guessing correctly and incorrectly, of course. It was a lot of fun. This is a fun game. I dig it.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Awesome. Taylor, Mel, Lars, thanks so much for playing.
You'll be deceiving, more like it, right? That's instead of I'll be back, it's I'll be.
I think I put some solid answers out there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, to you, ML, you guess me more often than anybody. So you like my brain.
I know. I'm going to have to talk to my therapist about that. We'll be unpacking that.
I'll hand you a cut sheet of all my answers so you can, revisit them.
Right.
I'm going to tell my therapist to post underjord.io articles on hackernews.com.
Oh, yeah. Under George. It's a different, maybe a wrong website, wrong forum, perhaps.
Underjord. Underjord.io. Jord.
The homepage of Lars Wickman.
So what I'm gathering here is I should go with the U7D approach and just shorten it.
Is that a Unicode thing or I'm missing it?
No, it's K8.
Oh.
The letters between under and Jord. That's the UD. There's 7 between. It's like A16Z.
I got off on it. A16Z, I18N.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I've exhausted my ability to reason. Let's say goodbye. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We'll be back next week. Bye, friends.
I know.
Cheers.
Bye.
There you have it. Our first game of Pound to Find. We are experimenting here, so we truly want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments. There's a link in your show notes for easy clicking. And if you just can't get enough of this group of folks, stick around for a Changelog Plus bonus. We've got 15 extra minutes on the history of game shows on our network and a recap of Strange Loop. Thanks once again to Fastly.com, Fly.io, and TimeSense.org for their support, and to Breakmaster Cylinder for the continual supply of the sweet beats. Next week on the Changelog, news on Monday, Daniel Thompson from Towery on Wednesday, and Matt Ryer, yes, that Matt Ryer, on Friday. Have a great weekend, and let's talk again real soon.